Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise be to Allah. We praise Him, we ask for His help, we ask for His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the wickedness of ourselves and from the badness of our deeds. Whoever been given by Allah guidance, then nobody can be a guider for him. Whoever been guided by Allah, then nobody can be a guider for him. I bear witness that no God worthy to worship except Allah, only Him, no associate for Him. And I bear witness that Muhammad is messenger, His servant. O Allah, give good praise upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, and give good praise upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. O Allah, bless upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, and bless upon Abraham and the family of Abraham, very most worthy of praises and most exalted in glory. Today, inshallah, I'll be substituting for our brother, our Sheikh, our brother, because normally Sheikh Husaini will answer this. If not, then our brother Adam Wu. If not, Ustaz Zaki. And now, actually, the substitute of the substitute of substitute. Okay, so because I have classes in the middle of the week, so many classes. If you look into, if I take every classes, even Sunday and Saturday and Sunday, then my face will be everywhere. Because of that, you have to limit a little, inshallah. So when they are not here, inshallah, may Allah protect our Sheikh, may Allah Ta'ala give Ustaz Sharif good health, Brother Adamu, Ustaz Daki, wherever they are in protection. So we, inshallah, will answer for this session, why is it important for a Muslim woman to cover their hair? Actually, when you look into this topic, if you go back around the 80s or 70s, this question was not here yet. You know, this question is not there. At that time, even in Malaysia, during after our independence, because the culture, the Western culture is so overpowering into our society. So even wearing headscarf like you are wearing right now, at that time considered as following cult. In the early 80s, even my sister, but she followed a cult, Al-Arkam. She wear niqab. At that time, the early 80s, they call whoever or any woman wearing that niqab, covering their faces, as hantu kumkum. Hantu kumkum. At that time, hantu kumkum. Even to that extent. So at that time, this question I don't think even the Muslim will ask. Even the Malay born Muslim will not ask this. Even at schools, it's not a norm to wear tudung at that time, the early 80s. Free hair is actually a norm. Wearing tudung, headscarf is actually quite something. Is actually very odd, even in the Malay born Muslim society. But today, this question becomes something. Why? Why do you think it becomes something? Because you can see that the topic of covering woman, Muslim woman covering their hair, is now being discussed internationally. Even a nation like France, a great, a big modern civilized nation, they actually doesn't like women to wear headscarf. In India, children in their schools, the Muslim children are banned from entering the school premises if they wearing headscarf. So this question right now is actually something that actually must be answered. Like I said, if in the 80s, 70s you don't wear, nobody will say about this question. Nobody will ask. Nobody doesn't want to know, is it there or not? Even though before independence, before the occupation or the colonization being done by the European on our Muslim country, actually the Malay born Muslim women, they are using the sarung to cover their head and their body. The sarung will be covering everything, not just the head scarf. They are wearing the sarung on their body to cover their body, their upper part body, and also their head. Because of that, even today, until today, the song kain pelikat in Malay, kain pelikat in Malay, the sarung, it has that function menjadi tudung kepala, the sarung become head scarf. Ibu menggendong anaknya, for a woman who carrying her child. Inside that song is still embedded that the usage of sarung to cover the head. Okay. So we go back to this question: why? What is the important for a Muslim woman to cover their hair? Actually, it's related to what Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran. In the Quran, about women, Allah Ta'ala is giving us one surah, actually, one total surah for women. There's no surah for men. No surah for men, but there's surah for women. Inside that surah, Surah An-Nisa, the 4th surah in the Quran. If you recite it, you can see many laws and many, many rights for the women being introduced to the society at that time. And we actually practicing it now because what being said in the Quran. We are practicing. Even the Western, the European country, they don't have that during the revelation of the Quran. They don't have that. Women doesn't have any rights. Even in the European culture, the woman will call their husband Lord, my Lord. Not my husband, not my hubby, not my love. My Lord. My Lord, or my Lord. The woman will call the husband, my Lord. And the woman cannot inherit anything. Anything. Every inheritance, if they don't have any son in the family, then the inheritance will go to the family of the husband, the cousin and everybody. Then they have to be sent away from that house. So women doesn't have anything. But Allah Ta'ala give us guidance to make sure that women are protected. It has in the Quran one whole surah in Surah An-Nisa. Inside it, about inheritance, about many things, about the rights of women as a wife. It been said that. You want to know, just recite it, inshallah. Inside there, there's many ayah. You don't understand, you can ask to Al-Khadim, you can answer it, inshallah, for you. But the verse from the Quran commanding women to cover their hair or cover their head with scarf is in the surah of An-Nur. Surah An-Nur, surah number 24, verse number 31. Surah An-Nur, verse number 31. Actually, before the command for women about the head scarf, the ayah before it is for men. The number 30 is for men. 31 for women. So then don't ever say that Allah Ta'ala discriminates women. Means that only the law for the women. No, for the men also. Being given in verse number 30, Allah Ta'ala said, A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Qul lil mu'minin. Say, O Muhammad, tell, O Muhammad, to the believing men, Yaghuddu min absarihim, they must lower their gaze. Lower their gaze. Don't look at something or somebody that is not not permissible for you to look at. Even just looking. Sometimes some people say that it's just look, no harm will done. You don't know. Actually, your looking is something that will make something inside your heart. The change of your heart is from your sight. This is actually being known today, even being recognized by the Westerners, about how your eye will change your heart. Example. A man that always look into the pictures of women that is actually not him to look at, not his wife, looking in the internet, looking in the magazine, looking in the social media, any place that he look, it's actually changing his heart. He will start to compare his wife with that woman, even though that woman that he saw inside that picture may not be suitable with him, may not making him happy. But he still will change. He start to compare. This is my wife. This is that woman. So Allah Ta'ala said, lower your gaze. يَغُضُّ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ, and guard their private part. Means that their lust, that Allah Ta'ala gave him a lust for you to look, a man liking woman, woman liking man. So the man is liking woman in lust should not be channeled to other than their wife. Should not be channeled. So they cover, they guard their private part. So they are not showing their lust or not enjoying their lust to other than the wife. Okay. ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ, that is purer for them. إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا يَصْنَعُونَ, indeed Allah is fully aware of what they do. Anything you do, Allah Ta'ala really knowing it. So it's actually as a warning from Allah. If you go against it, you will be punished by Allah. Okay. Then the ayah relating to our topic. Verse number 31, Allah Ta'ala said, وَقُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, and say, tell, O Muhammad, لِلْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, to the believing women, يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ, they also have to lower their gaze. This thing in our society, men looking at women, so you are actually pervert. But women looking at men is the same. It's the same. In Islam, it's the same. Sometimes some women say, it's nothing. That man doesn't wear shirt. You know, Shah Rukh Khan opening his clothes. A woman, wow, it's so wrong. Even though they say, I did nothing. Yes, you are looking it. Because Allah Ta'ala telling you, يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنْ, you, women, also must lower your gaze. Lower your gaze. Because like men, having change of heart because looking at other women, you also will have a change of heart if looking at other men. I remember when I was in Yemen, I was inside a van. You know, their van that we are on it, they will not close the door. The door will always open. The van will take people come and go. So one time, I was inside the van, moving to I think to Haddah, from our student association house to Haddah. On the way, I heard from the radio, the driver is actually having the radio, and the radio having a religious teaching. Some scholars, I don't know from where, he's telling about how the media or the film industry is making women and men not loving their spouses anymore. So he started to explain. He said, like such as he said, romanticism, to be say a romantic guy. In Arab culture, he said, if the guy came back and bring food to his wife, it's considered romantic, because that's why you see the Arab women also so big after they get married, because the husband will eat and eat. You know, the wife feels so loved because being given food. That is their way to show their appreciation towards the wife. But when you go into Europe style, you take the flower, you on your mouth, I love you. You know, you cannot satisfy your hunger with the flower. Even if you lick it, it's not be full. You're always hungry. So the way is so different. So when you're looking into that thing, they said they are serving the way of romanticism of being romantic. through the movie, to the other culture than their culture. So the other culture will start to say, well, my husband is not like that. Like these days, our children in Malaysia, some girls in Malaysia, they're loving the Korean. You know, the Korean guy crying, so romantic. You know, you get somebody, he says he's so macho, you not cry. You say, oh, my husband is not like the Korean actor. You know, the Korean actor is not. They start to look at the romantic to this. They not from their own culture. It's so wrong. And like I said just before, comparing your spouse with any actor and actress inside the movie is so wrong. But because of that, you're not satisfied with what you own. That's why lowering your gaze can stop you from buying things that is not actually you doesn't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it, but you start to buy. Why? Because you're looking. Oh, she has new handphone. That one have new bag. This one. So you start to see your heart feel empty. You start to buy and buy and buy. After you buy, the things will be obsolete. After 6 months, you start to buy again. So if you apply that type of condition into your spouses, what will happen? So I was inside the car. I remember every part of the thing that we said by that scholar, that sheikh, mashallah. I don't know his name, but he was talking and giving lectures in that radio, being played by the driver. So I listening. I said yes, because the Arabs way is not like that. Sometimes like in Mauritania, people there, women who will be married, only those who are big. So mothers there will force feeding their children. You don't eat. They will take something, wood or that like that. They will hold down until the child, the girl, drink whole glass of camel's milk to make her become big. Because in that culture, big is beauty. But when you take it to other culture, you start to compare and compare. You start to not satisfied with you. Because your eyesight is so dangerous for you. That's why lowering your gaze is commanded by Allah. Okay, first one for the man, for the woman. وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ, and to guard their private part, same as the man, the women also have lust. They should channel their lust only for their husband. Okay, and after that, he said there, وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا, and they should not expose their adornment that Allah Ta'ala made for her, إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا, except what is visible, what is appears thereof. What is the appear thereof? If you go into the commentary of the Quran from the companion of the Prophet ﷺ, not from anybody, from the companion of the Prophet, you will get 2 opinions only about what is the thing that they can be shown by a woman, their adornment, visible, to be visible in the public. He said 2 opinions. One is the opinion of Ibn Mas'ud anhu. He said the garment that she wear, nothing other than that is allowed. Even the eye, only one eye, not 2 eyes. Because 2 eyes, you will start to, sometimes the woman is really showing eye, and the man, wow, so beautiful eye. Start to write letters. Can I know you more? Can we meet? Can we know each other? Just because the eye. Sometimes because of the voice. Your voice so beautiful, But you know that you are marrying not the voice and the eye only. You are marrying the whole woman. So sometimes just the eye can attract. So Ibn Mas'ud said only one eye. Allah, that is his opinion. And the other opinion that you right now that not wearing niqab is holding is the opinion that being said by Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas anhu, he said that the appeared adornment that can be shown by a woman, like being said in that ayah 31 of Surah Al-Nur, is their faces and their hand. Their hand, upper and the bottom and the back, hands, and also their faces. That's the only thing that can be appear in front of non relative, relative that you cannot marry, in front of relative that you cannot marry, or mahram. In front of the other than mahram, that's the only thing. Then Allah Ta'ala continue to say, wal yadribna bi khumurihinna ala jiyubin. They must wrap of their portion of their head cover over their chest. The word khumurihin, their head scarf. They must lower it until it says jaib is originally what you insert your head through when you want to go into your garment. This is the jaib. Juyubihin. So normally the opening will be until the chest. So you must lower your scarf until it's cover your chest. So that's ayah. It's the ayah that related to our question today. What is the important? Because if you recite the ayah and you understand it, means that the first important is because you are following the command of your Lord. This is the command of Allah. That's the first one. Sometimes some people say this the head covering is not in the Quran. I said read back in that ayah, then you understand. If you go into the other ayah, the ayah 58 of Surah Al-Ahzab. No, 59 of Ahzab. 59 of Ahzab. That is actually not the head cover, not the head scarf, but it's a big garment that you cover with it your body. That is jilbab. This one is the head scarf. So you don't mix it up. Because some people said the reason for covering for women so that they not being disturbed. So they said, because in the ayah 59, Surah Al-Ahzab, Allah said, Ya yuhan Nabi, O messenger, O prophet, kulli azwajika, say unto your wives, wabanatika, your daughters, wanisa'il mu'minin, and the women of the believers. Say unto them, yudnin alayhinna min jalabibihin, they must put down, may cover, means that lowering upon themselves from their jilbab. The jilbab is the big garment that they cover their body. And then Allah said, Dhalika adna an yu'rafna fala yu'zain. That is at least, the least of it, the least for their cover, that they will be known. Fala yu'zain, then they will not be disturbed. So not to be disturbed. Wa kana Allahu ghafurar rahima. Indeed, Allah is most forgiving and most merciful. So some people will go into this ayah saying that the covering of the head is for people not to disturb the woman. So as long as there's no disturbance, the woman can freely open their hair. So they change their. So I want to remind, this 59 is about the big garment. The 31, Surah An-Nur, is about your headscarf. And even after that, after Allah said in that ayah 31 in Surah An-Nur, they should not, they must lower their headscarf until their chest. Wala yubdina zinatahunna, and they should not show their adornment except illa li bu'ulatihinna, except for their husband, aw abaihinna, or their fathers, aw abai bu'ulatihinna, or the father of their husband, aw abnaihinna, or their children, the boys of their children, their boys, aw abnai bu'ulatihinna, or the children of her husband, aw bani akhawatihinna, or the children, the boys from her sisters, or the children of her brother, and so on until the end of the ayah. You know, something that will not be exposed to that particular group. Even though the extent of what being shown is different. Whatever a woman can show to her husband is not the thing that can be shown to her father. Because you know that the Prophet ﷺ, when his daughter Zainab passed away, he is the father of Zainab. But he was behind a curtain telling women who wash the body of his daughter behind the curtain and commanding them to do this, to do that, wash her 3 times, 5 times or more if you see it likable, and to use the cereal, and also make the last water is the water that being mixed with kampur. So everything being said behind the curtain, even though he is the father of the daughter, means that whatever being said in Surah An-Nur, the woman should not show their adornment except to her husband, or to her father, or to her husband's father, or the extent is different. But the basic actually about veiling yourself is for other than those. Other than those guys being mentioned there, you should not expose your head to them. So the first thing is because, like I said, is the command of Allah. Allah commanded you to do that. So you should obey. As a person holding to the name of Muslim. Because Muslim means submit. Submitting to the will of your Lord. If you say, I'm Muslim, but I don't want to obey, that's so wrong. What is the idea of becoming a Muslim, saying you are a Muslim, but you don't want to obey him? That is the first one. Second one, it is actually protection for the women. I don't know if you remember, a few years ago, I think that is actually when we was in Yemen actually. A guy, no, recently I came back from Yemen, because there, at that time, YouTube is not really that known. we stayed there a long time ago. So a guy make a social experiment. He's not a Muslim. He told his girlfriend at first to go and revealing herself, wearing tight t-shirt and walk around the city. You know what happened? Everybody on the street start to making sound to her. Even some of the guy is following her. So that's the first one. And the second one, he told his girlfriend to wear hijab. We wear headscarf and walk around the street. Nobody actually harass her. Nobody is harassing her. Nobody is trying to follow her. Nobody is saying, wait, no, nobody. Nobody make a sound to her. So it's a protection, even though some people say that in the civilized society, civilized nation, women should be respected. You can say that, but among the men, not everybody is abiding to that code or that rules. Because of that, until today, you can see, even in Japan, Japan, a country, a culture that is actually so respectful to others, so polite. We bow down to you, and they smile at you, and even though they don't like, they want to go away, we still smile at you. They have the women coach. Why? They're trained, or they are top, or what we said, I don't know what was the name. The train always have women coach. We actually applying that in our country, and even the Western country, they have that women coach. Actually, why? The CCTV is there, everything is there. So why people is actually separating between men and women? It's because protection for women. Because the men, even though you say how respectful they are, there still be group of them is not following all the rules. And you cannot say that the policeman must be with the woman all the time. to follow her, to go to the market, to go to the mall, to go to everywhere. Because that is not, not the job. Maybe you can say the husband must be there with her. But when you say a husband will be with the wife, you say, this is actually harassing the woman. Women have to have freedom. But at the same time, you said men should protect the women. Yes, there are men that will protect the women. But that is not the whole man. Not everybody is respectful like that. So because of that, you have the separate coach for women. We actually here have that. India, they have the buses in India. Some of it they put cage. In Pakistan, they put cage or a cage between the men and women. So the woman will go half of the bus, the man will go the other half. Cannot mix. Cannot mix because actually for protection for the women. Even you can go now to the supermarket right now, to the mall, the big mall. Nearing the door, there will be what? What do you see there? A picture, a shadow of a sheikh, big beard. No, what do you see? A shadow of a woman carrying handbag and wearing skirt at the entrance, because the parking is reserved for single women that driving alone. Single women that driving alone. If she's single but driving with his family, is not there. The husband is there. But if she's alone, then she get the nearest parking to the door. Why? This is part of what we want to understand about protecting the women from any harassment. And Islam is actually giving you to propose to you the cure, the prevention before the cure. Because of that, it's not about the women, because we know women have their own right. But the problem is men will not respect that. So because of that, you cover the woman, protect her from being harassed. If she are wearing that type of clothes, meaning hijab, and still be harassed, that is so problematic. But if she expose herself and somebody start to touch her, that's the other problem. The third one is because when you show your beauty, you are actually marketing yourself. Marketing in two sides. One side, I'm available. The other side is wrong, touch me. I remember when I stayed, I was grown up in Taman Bunga Raya. The Tar College. Now it's University Tunku Abdul Rahman. Before then it's actually College Tunku Abdul Rahman. So our neighbors actually from Chinese girls that studying there is so many. Few houses from us is actually that students, women students actually was there. Female student was there. So some of them known us, get to know us because you are the neighbor with that students. So one time I remember I went up to go to the city in a bus. So my neighbor is with me in that bus, and I saw her face is actually like unrest. She is unrest. Then I asked her directly, because we are neighbor. I said, why your face like that? She doesn't answer. But I said, you afraid that somebody will touch you? She nod her head. Yes. But I said to her, then why should you wear like this? Why you should wear like this? You're exposing your thigh, exposing your armpit. Then suddenly you're afraid that people will touch you. You're actually exposing, as you're saying that, touch me. Because normally when you go to the market, when something is open there, try me. Something open there. How do you open this? Okay. The thing is open there, like that. There and then, like that. So as you're saying that, take one. Try me. Why should you do that? Because of that, from the early age of humankind, the noble people, the noble women, always been covered. You will not see the princess of the country. They will always be veiled from others. Nobody will see them. Don't you remember about this? So when you are covering yourself, you are a noble person. That nobody can touch you, nobody can look at you except the one that is permissible to look at you, your husband, your family. Other than that, they are not allowed. That is the restriction between that. If you expose yourself altogether, then it's become the other side. And like I said, two things. One is, subtle marketing. I'm available. The wrong one to be understood by the evil man. Touch me. So you are actually giving a wrong vibes to others. So Islam is actually really protecting you to cover your hair, because your hair or your beauty is only for your husband, not for others. Because you are so precious, then Islam is telling you that. So do not be harassed by anybody. Okay? So that is the answer. Any question? Sure. Give microphone to our brother. Bismillah.
Assalamualaikum Ustaz.
Assalamualaikum.
Zaman sekarang kita melihat ada kelompok-kelompok ataupun golongan-golongan tertentu yang mana meletakkan semua mengikut standard. So contohnya seperti kecantikan dan romantis seperti Ustaz cakap tadi. Okey. Jadi dengan menggunakan media seperti drama, movie, dan orang zaman sekarang ini lebih memahami movie berbanding agama Islam sendiri. Okay. Jadi apakah dan jika kadang-kadang ditegur akan mudah melenting. Jadi apakah pendekatan yang terbaik kepada golongan-golongan kepada pasangan, yang mana pendekatan yang terbaik untuk kita memberi tahu, untuk mengubah perspektif dari sudut yang romantis ni bukan tak semestinya seperti dalam movie, dengan cara yang terbaik, dengan first step approach lah yang terbaik yang Ustaz rasa.
Okay, our brother to understand what he said, I explain to you. Our brother is telling asking to us, is actually about things that I mentioned. How what you see change your heart. So some of the movies today, actually you like to watch movie, even with your spouse, your wife, you want to watch it with your wife. So he said, how you know that the thing will change the something inside their relationship. So how could we advise them to watch that, and what will happen? I don't advise you to watch that. You don't, because lowering your gaze, that is the advice from Allah. Yaghuddu min absarihim. The man must lower their gaze. The women also must lower their gaze. That is the thing. Because you don't know what inside your heart. What will change from your heart? Whatever they see. I know some people say that, Ustaz, it's so extreme. So extreme. You don't want us to watch movie anymore. I said one day, when you reach the age of maturity, you really matured, you will not look at that movie anymore. But right now, because you are still young, you don't have anything. You want to enjoyment of your life. You want to even to fantasize something other than whatever in front of you. You start to look into the movie. That is the thing. You want somebody to help you. Then you look at the Superman. No, somebody will come and help me suddenly. That is the fantasy. Sometimes that is about the fantasy. It's not really about something that should be done. To empowering, or to strengthen the connection between men and women, husband and wife, they must do something that beneficial for them. Not watching movies. Seriously. Movies, I will say no. not is that if you do it, I cannot do anything. But if you want to ask, then I said the advice from Allah, lower your gaze. It doesn't really concern about whatever in front of you in your life, even what you read, what you see. So stop it, inshallah. It's really something that will be benefiting in that. Because when you don't have any other fantasize, whatever in front of you, that is the best. When you start to look at others, you start, why is like this? But the actress, she like that. You know how you want to compare. Even though the actress themselves, even if they are being married to you, you're not satisfied after that. You can see that inside the society, the actor and actress, society, the film industry. Some of the men and women, they said this is man, this guy is so handsome, and the woman is so beautiful. They married together, just 3 months, 6 months, and divorce after that. What happened? Because they're not satisfied with each other. Because of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, lower your gaze. You don't ever try to find any solution how to enjoy the thing with your spouse. I say this, maybe I watch movies, but I will not ever condone you and saying to you that this is the way, because the Quran already said to you, lower your gaze. Lower your gaze. Okay? Any question? Yeah. You give microphone to our brother.
Yes. Okay. Assalamualaikum Ustaz.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay. This is like an extension to the other brother's question lah. So my question is like at the other end of the spectrum. So for example, like some individuals, they grew up in okay. So some people, they grew up in rather abusive households. Sometimes they are exposed to like rather unpleasant parental figures lah, and they grew up, learn, they study in schools where they are exposed to like bad people lah, basically.
Okay.
So they have like a skewed perception of like how relationships should work and how romance should work. So like what do you advise for these individuals, especially youth nowadays, basically?
Okay.
And what about for us as guardians, how do we like guide some of these individuals?
Okay. Because of this, you look into the Quran, that inside the Quran, when Allah Ta'ala want to guide you, you are not those people that before you. The example is there. Sometimes human being, you want to show them, to make them understand something, to make them to be better, you must show them some examples. The examples in front of you, if you don't get it from your own parent or the environment around you, you can get it from the people that being said by the Quran. Like Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran in Surah Al-Tawbah, verse number 100. Verse number 100, Surah Tawbah. Allah Ta'ala said, وَالسَّابِقُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ, and those who early, quickly, hastily embrace Islam in the beginning. Minal muhajirin wal ansar, from among muhajirin and ansar. Walladzina tabauhum bi ihsan, whoever follow them in good manners. I want to say about this because when you look into the history of the Sahaba, because they are living like us. You don't say that in their time there's no trial like us, there's no maksiat. Who says so? In their time maybe varies, type of marriages in their time is so varies. More than our time. A woman can just hang a cloth in front of her door and get anybody to sleep with her, and suddenly whenever she get pregnant, she just choose from among the men to become the father. And there's one another type of marriage at that time, that a man will go to a great guy and say to impregnate his wife, because he want that guy's seed to be his son. You think about it, you see, crazy. At that time, the trial is more. It is there. But the companion, how they overcome it. Because of that, to look into the history. I remember my teacher, one of my teacher in Yemen, Dr. Abdul Karim Zaidan. Dr. Abdul Karim Zaidan. His book is actually really being taught in Malaysia. His work about the usul fiqh and everything in UIA being used. Madkhal is the introduction to the Islamic jurisprudence. It is so being used. When somebody said to him, "Can we ask you? We want to write a biography about your life." You know what he said? You don't have to do that. We have the companion of the Prophet, the messengers of Allah, the Prophet of Allah, the first one, and also the companion of the Prophet. For you to look into their lives. If you said about abusive parent, the companion have that. Who said so? It doesn't have that. Even some of them are become slave at that time, like Bilal bin Rabah. If you say that we're running from richness, from wealth to go to the deen totally. You have Mus'ab bin Umair. You know, he's so rich. You know the richness of Mus'ab bin Umair being said by the scholars of history. He's so rich that the perfume he wear, if he walk by the street, everybody knows that Mus'ab is passing by. You know, the perfume that when he passed, oh, Mus'ab is there. Inside the house, you know, the woman inside the house, you know that Mus'ab passed by. But when his father said to him, you took all our wealth and you go to Muhammad, return back. He returned everything. He went to the Prophet ﷺ just in other garment, just in a short. Go to the Prophet ﷺ. So if you look into it, they have the trials. If you say about wealth, Uthman bin Affan, how wealthy he is. Until today, his waqaf, whatever the wealth that he left out to be used, until today is there. Buildings being built from the what money being left by Uthman bin Affan until today. How wealthy he is. But he doesn't turn over to the worldly matter like people. Sometimes in our people, they get some project, 1 million, 2 million, changing everything. Changing everything. He was going to the mosque to pray, but suddenly not doing prayer anymore because business. You know, I'm busy. Everything like that. So you have to know that the life of the Prophet, the life of the companion should be looked into, because they are a life evidence of people who may have been growing up in a bad situation, but they can overcome it and become better. That is the way, insyaAllah. Because Allah Ta'ala said, whoever follow the companion, Allah Ta'ala prepare for them, Allah Ta'ala will be pleased with them, and Allah Ta'ala will prepare them, radallahu anhum wa radu an, Allah Ta'ala prepare for them the paradise. So they actually must be looked into. Like our Sheikh, he said, don't look into my history. Better you look into the companion of Prophet. They are more suitable for you to follow. Me, I just a man. I do wrong. I may be saying something bad, but people doesn't realize it. But the companion, they are the one that you should follow. Okay, inshallah. Fadal.
Be a little off topic, forgive me. We know what the requirements for women are. What about the requirements for men?
Okay. About the men also, the men, as long as they cover their body, at least, when I say at least, because at that time, they don't have the capability to buy more to cover themselves. So if they cover between their navel to their knee, is enough. Even if they pray like that, because they don't have the clothes, yes, they can. Because Jabir bin Abdullah asked the Prophet ﷺ about what should he wear. He has a garment. How should he pray in that garment? One garment, how should he pray? The Prophet said, "In kana dayiqan fa'tazir bih." If the garment is so short, so little, then you do it as covering from navel to your feet. But if that is izar. If the garment is big, then you should iltahif bihi. You should cover your body from your shoulder until the ground. So from that, we know that for a man also, it's the same like women. In not exposing themselves, not wearing pants that is so tight, showing all their body. Because women also have lust. You don't say that, it's me, it's okay, women doesn't care. No. You don't say something like that. You should care about yourself. In sense that not too tight, not too thin or revealing your skin. It's actually the same for men and women. Only that the differences that the women being said in that ayah to cover from their head to the toe. Even actually, I want to remind you, not wearing your sock is actually the same as you not wearing your veil. Not wearing a sock, you actually not wearing your veil. The same. What you want to add?
No, I wanted to, it's the aspect of covering, because yes, the aura for the man is able to leave.
Okay.
But for example, if a man wears jeans, he's not covering per se. Like if a woman wears hijab and she wears jeans,
Okay.
she's not covering.
Yeah.
So it's the same for a man.
Okay. That is why I said not tight, not too tight, because if the pen is big, actually not tight, not showing your form, your body form. These days people like to exercise. It's good, but suddenly you have to wear tight. Why? Cycling have all the way. They said wind resistance or no aerodynamic. You want to fly? This close, Ustaz, is for us on cycling, because the aerodynamic, the wind will not be stopping us. I ask again, you want to fly? No, you want to cycle. Even the resistance of the wind is helping you to gain strength. Why should you wear something that making your ride, your cycling, doesn't have any resistance? So I don't know why. But like being said, even the men cannot wear like pants. We said cannot be tight, cannot be see-through. The same as women. When I telling about the story of Jabir bin Abdullah, why? Because he has a garment. How should he use it? So the Prophet said, if the garment is so little, then you should cover between there and then. You are not. Now we are in the society that you have more. The t-shirt is not something scarce. At that time, to have a cloth being tailored like this is for the rich people only. The poor people will have one garment cover their body, just like that. Because Jabir asking, so the Prophet give example. If you cannot wear, doesn't have any garment except that, then you cover between your knee, your navel until your knee. If you have, then the Prophet said, cover from your shoulder until your toe. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum, Ustaz.
Assalamualaikum
Is
warahmatullahi.
it also include not attract the attention of the people?
Okay.
How, for example, if like this, consider attract. I
Okay.
also don't know.
Okay.
Or
It's,
let's say when I dress and I have the intention, let me put something here.
Yeah,
It's
like
loose,
stars
don't
and
show
everything
the
there.
form.
Okay.
But let me put something here or here, so I will look a bit beautiful.
Okay.
How?
Actually, from the other part of about what you wear, the Prophet ﷺ also said not to wear libas syuhrah. For the men, libas syuhrah, the clothes that showing off to others, you attracting. Women also today, I don't know. Actually, because the women really like something beautiful. Even actually for herself, not in front of others, she will have her handbag, her shoes, and she will stand at the mirror and do like this. Happy with herself. Even not to show to others, she happy with herself. We know that. But the problem is in front of non-mahram. You should not wear something that will attract them to see you. Because if you wear like this, and I told all the class to look at you right now, how should you feel? You feel, why are they looking at me? Is it something that, so you actually should not attract. I know some women like to, and even actually some of them have adornment under their veil, like janggut. You know, like men have beard, they have also beard there. So from the crystal and everything, you can see her from 1 mile, 1 kilometer. I know that our sister. So you avoid anything that revealing. You want to reveal yourself just only for the man that permissible to see you in that state, your husband. Other than them, what is that? Actually it should be here, until here.
No. I mean how about like this? The dress, you know, has flower, all these
Ah,
things.
okay.
But the reason
Okay,
I choose
okay, about the
this
flower.
one,
Okay, our sister asked about the color and the flower pattern. In our society, it doesn't really attract. If you go to Yemen, you wear like that. From the satellite, you are only woman in that city wearing that. So if actually, I remember when I was in Sudan, I have this baju Melayu, the Malay, uh, uh, in a traditional clothes, but yellow in color. The king yellow, not the navy blue. No, the king yellow, really like the king. So in Sudan, because all the our African friend from Nigeria, from Niger, they are wearing colorful clothes. I wear mine. I don't care about anybody else. It's okay. I don't feel weird. I don't attract. People doesn't see, ooh, you are so yellow, brother. No, nobody sees something like that. But when I go to Yemen, I couldn't wear my yellow Malay custom clothes, baju Melayu. Why? Because if I wear that clothes from the satellite, I am the only yellow dot in that whole, maybe whole Yemen. The whole Yemen, I'm the only one yellow there. So sometimes to wear something that attract people to look at you, some people love it. If you are an actor, actress, or people looking at you, you like. But in Islam, you should not attract people to you, because sometimes when people look at you, they will find something that is wrong about you. We are not like the Prophet. The Prophet being looked at 24/7 all his life. Even he's sleeping, they will look at him. The way he sleep, the way he go to the toilet, everything being seen by the companion. If you are being given 24 hours, people want to look at you like that. I don't know what will happen. Me, myself, maybe you're not listening to my lecture today. But you have to listen because I'm substituting. If not, maybe you will not listen to me. If you know the 24 hours, what I have done. Seriously. So, to avoid become center of attention is actually one of the virtue of Islam. You don't expose yourself to become scrutinized by others. People will look your tudung, your clothes, your colors. So avoid, inshallah. It's better. But in our society, like I said to you, this kind of norm. Nobody will say, our teacher our sister is flowery today. Nobody will say something like that to you. Because in our society, in Malaysia, the pattern and the color is just, plainly nothing there. If you stay in Yemen or in Saudi, you do that. Seriously. You yourself will feel ashamed. Like I said, after I went to Yemen, I don't wear my yellow clothes anymore. Yellow, king yellow, I didn't wear it anymore. I don't know where it gone away. Serious. Because of the color is so striking. So sometimes it's not just the pattern, the striking color to attract others to look at you. Okay? Yes, sister.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Can you hear me, Ustaz? Alhamdulillah. How about for sister like Muslimah, they have their attire for for swimming these days, the
Okay.
proper attire for
Okay.
hijab. However, when getting out of water, it is still revealing the shape of the body.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult.
Okay.
Situation.
From the
Jazakallah.
point of our sister saying about the swimming attire, Muslimah swimming attire, they don't have the code yet, because everybody is showing their version. This version you have this version you have that. This version have a skirt. This version doesn't have skirt. This version essentially is big. This version is so tight. Actually, if the woman is just swimming with the woman, it's okay. But if man is there, then the problem will start. It's starting from that point. So the woman cannot wear tight clothes, lycra type. If actually not just the swimming attire, some praying attire or telekung in our country today, they use the lycra garment. It's showing the woman bodies. Whenever she walk, the the garment will hold to her body, even though it's not like the swimming attire. It's so wrong. So every time the way you want to understand that anything that you wear outside should be something that you can pray in it. You can pray in that is okay. If you cannot pray in that, means that is actually a no in our Sharia. Make yourself better. I know sometimes some of our sisters said, it's not for me. I don't really like that type of attire. But you have to do it because of the ayah of the Quran. And I said, don't show your adornment except to your husband or your father, or the husband of your father, or your son, or the husband of your son. Everything, the son of your husband. Because of that, you have to be careful. Okay, but that is also wrong about the attire being, holding to the body, showing the figure. Like I say, even for the man, is also wrong. Only that in diving, people who do the diving, sport diving, they have to wear something like that. If they wear something actually not tied to their body, and then this problem will happen. Also those who go into racing suit for motorcycle, they have to wear something that is actually tied to their body. Say for the safety is another thing, but still avoid. If you can avoid. Okay. Wallahu alam. Can stop here because we have to start the other class. Okay. Wallahu alam. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa sallam alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.